Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Going the Distance. This is episode 52. Can you believe we've done 52 episodes? I can't, but I'm so grateful and thankful for everybody who are just joining me for the first time and who have joined me from the beginning. So we got some football news to get into. We've got some football scores to get into. We've got some predictions for this coming week of football that starts tonight. And we've got some music news to get into. So we're going to start out with the Trevor Lawrence news. So as you football fans know, Trevor Lawrence is out with a concussion. Well, they've put him on IR, and he's out for the season, not only with that concussion, but with a shoulder injury. Now, he has that shoulder injury. He's had that shoulder injury before, and he had a few games back from that injury, and now he's got the concussion. Well, Al Shazira has been suspended 3 games for that hit. In my opinion, it should have been longer. He should have been out the rest of the year this year and possibly part of next year. And he ought to be fined, but there is no fine from Al Shazira as of now. So, but he should be suspended longer than 3 games, and he should have gotten a pretty hefty fine, but he didn't, and I feel like that's Roger Goodell's issue, and I feel like it's Roger Goodell's letting him slide with something that he shouldn't let him slide with. So Trevor, we wish you a speedy recovery, and we can't wait to see you again next year. But for now, Mac Jones has the helm, and I know the Jaguars have been eliminated from the playoff contention, but that really wasn't surprising. And I've heard that they're going to do an overhaul of the Jaguars this year. So it sounds like Peterman's going to be gone, the GM might be gone, and, who knows about Trevor Lawrence. They may keep him, they may not. I think they'll keep him, but we'll see how that goes. But let's move into some scores. So we're going to start out with the Thanksgiving games. We had 3 games that day. We had the Cowboys defeat the Giants 27-20. Not surprising. The Giants haven't been anything in a long time. And even though the Cowboys have done bad this season, at least they had, at least they got this division win, and they've gotten a few division wins, which is good. The Packers defeated the Dolphins 30-17. Not surprising. And then we had the Lions defeat the Bears 23-20. Now that was an interesting game because the Bears almost beat the Lions, and had it not been for time management, it might have happened. They didn't know where they were on the field, and it was almost the Bears being the Bears. They didn't know, the time, and they had a timeout they could have used and kicked the field goal to at least tie the game. But, they didn't. And after that game on Friday, the Bears fired Matt Eberflus. Now, granted, he didn't have a good. He hadn't been really good since he got there. His record was terrible. I thought he had a better win-loss record, but he didn't. So, now let's see where the Bears go from here. I've heard rumors of Cliff Kingsbury, who's a coordinator for the Commanders, the Redskins, or the Commanders, going there because he's worked with Caleb Williams at USC, which I think would be a perfect fit. But then I've heard rumors about maybe Belichick going, but I've heard rumors of Belichick going somewhere else too. So I don't know. We'll just see. And at the end of the season, regular season is what they call Black Monday, where a lot of these coaches get fired. But we've already had some firings, so it might not be a big Black Monday as we expect, but we'll see. Who knows? But then on Friday we had the Chiefs defeat the Raiders 19-17, and the Raiders almost won that game. All they had to do was kick the field goal. That's all they had to do. But the Raiders had to go out there, and it was a bad snap, and they fumbled the ball, and the Chiefs end up recovering the ball and getting the win. So, um, I mean, here we go again. Sorry, y'all. The Chiefs win by 2 points, but here lately they've been only winning by a field goal. So, I mean, I feel like after the Bills game, even before that, they were only winning by a field goal. After the Bills beat them, Carolina almost beat the Chiefs. And now here the Raiders almost beat the Chiefs. So I think the Chiefs have been figured out. Even though the Chiefs have the refs on their side, teams have figured out Mahomes isn't all he's cracked up to be. They've seen his tricks. So, I have a very sneaky suspicion we're not going to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. In fact, I feel like Detroit's going to the Super Bowl. Who they have after that, I'm not sure. But I really hope Detroit goes and the Chiefs lose in the playoffs somewhere. Moving on, the Chargers defeat the Falcons 17-13. The Steelers defeat the Bengals 44-38. And up for a while, that was a pretty competitive game. But in the end, the Steelers were just too much for them. The Colts defeated the Patriots 25-24. So, the Patriots led most of that time, and within like 19 seconds, the Colts go in and win the game. So that was kind of a fluke of a win for the Colts. The Seahawks defeated the Jets 26-21, and that was interesting too because the Jets led for a good amount of time with that 21, and then the Seahawks come out and score, and that and the Seahawks win. So I was happy to see that. Obviously, the Texans defeat the Jaguars 23-20, and that's where Trevor got hurt, and Al-Shazira got suspended 3 games. Now, after Trevor got hit, I forgot to mention this. After Trevor got hit, both benches cleared because Jacksonville player sticking up for his quarterback, and I was happy to see it. But moving on, the Buccaneers defeated the Panthers 26-23 in a pretty interesting game. The Eagles defeated the Ravens 24-19. And then on Sunday night, the Bills defeated the Niners 35-10. And on Monday night, the Broncos defeated the Browns 41-32. Now that game was good because that game was Jerry Jeudy's return to Denver, and he went off. He did good in fantasy. He did really good in fantasy, and he did really good on the field. Now, granted, I feel like he did too much taunting to the fans, but can't help that. But in the end, the Broncos were too much for the Browns, and the Broncos defeated the Browns 41-32. So now let's move into some predictions for this week. So first we're going to start out with tonight's game. On Prime, it's the Packers and at the Lions. I know in my heart of hearts that the Lions are going to win this game. Even though both teams are coming off Both teams are coming off a win. The Lions, I believe, are going to win this game. Playing at home, and I've got them picked for the Super Bowl this year. On Sunday, the Jaguars visit the Titans. I have the Titans winning that game. The Jets visit the Dolphins in a division game. I think the Dolphins are going to win that game. Oh, and that Titans-Jags game is a division game, and the Detroit-Green Bay game is a division game. So the first 3 games have been division games so far. We've got the Falcons at the Vikings. I believe the Vikings are winning that one. The Saints at the Giants. I've got the Saints winning that game. Panthers at Eagles. I have the Eagles winning that game. Raiders at Bucks. I have the Bucks winning that game. Seahawks at Cardinals. I have the Seahawks winning that game. Now, that's a division game, and this is the second time in like 2 weeks that the Seahawks and Cardinals have played each other. The Bills at the Rams. Really, do I really have to say anything? I feel like the Bills are going to win that one. And on the Bills note, I want to send a congratulations to Josh Allen, who got engaged on the bye week. On his bye week. So, congratulations, Josh. I hope you are going to be happy. And I can't wait to see what happens with y'all in the future. The Bears at the Niners. I actually have the Niners winning that game. The Chargers at the Chiefs is going to be on Sunday night. As much as I would love to see the Chargers win, I think somehow the Chiefs are going to win, probably by a field goal. But, like I said earlier, the Chiefs have been figured out. So, I think this is going to be a more competitive game than people give it credit for. And it's a division game. We have the Browns at the Steelers. I think the Steelers are going to win that game. And then we have the Bengals at the Cowboys on Monday night. Dallas is playing at home. I actually think I'm picking Dallas this week. As much as I would love to see the Bengals win and get back on track, I think it's good. I think, there's just too much wrong with the Bengals this season. I think they just don't have it this season. So I'm picking the Cowboys this season, or in this game. And for the bye weeks, we have the Broncos, the Colts, the Patriots, the Redskins or the Commanders, the Ravens, and the Texans. So, we'll be back next week to have with more scores and predictions, and let's see how the predictions are. Now, I would love it if you guys dropped in the comments y'all's predictions for this week. We've been through the games, and let's see y'all's predictions. Let's see how y'all match up. Let's see how we do this season. Let's make this a game, y'all. I know there's not a lot of time left in the season, but let's see how it happens. And let's just see how it goes. So let's move into the what we're listening to segment. And who are we listening to this week? We're listening to Mumford & Sons. They're a folk rock band from London, England. They formed in They're from London, England. They formed in 2007. I actually found out about them in 2012. And I've liked them ever since. They're I like slower music. I like my hard rock music. I like my country music, but I like slower music like folk rock and indie rock. And there's a few, indie rock that's really good and folk rock, and Mumford & Sons is one of them. Their debut album is Sigh No More. They've had 4 studio albums, 21 singles, 16 music videos, no compilation albums, 3 live albums, and they haven't had a new live album since 2000, they haven't had a new album since 2018. My favorite album from them is Babel, and that's got songs like I Will Wait, which happens to be my favorite song from them. So I want y'all to go out and listen to their song I Will Wait, and drop in the comments what you guys think of Mumford & Sons. And I'd also like to hear what you guys are listening to. Who are some of the artists y'all are listening to? Some of the music groups, some of the music groups and music artists, solo acts y'all are listening to. And let's just see, because I'm always looking for new music. But I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And as always, I wish you guys would thumbs up this video so I know you guys like it. Hit the subscribe button if you hadn't already. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And share it so we grow the community. Because I can't do this without you guys. So I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. I hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. And I will be back next week with some more sports and football news, football scores, and predictions. And we'll do another What We're Listening to. So have a good weekend, y'all. God bless.